good.
I'm good.
Yes, okay. I'm Emma Riggy. It is February 22nd. We are at Lunar New Year in Chinatown. Can you state your name, please?
My name is Richard Wong.
Awesome, thank you. And then could you talk a little bit about, I'm thinking, like your relationship to Chinatown and what brings you out?
My relationship with Chinatown started in 1956. I was born and raised in New York, Manhattan, Chinatown. And since 1978, I've been associated with DC's Chinatown. So Chinatown has a special, unique affiliation with my life.
Yeah, what kind of brought you to DC's Chinatown in '78?
Well, it's an annual celebration. For those who want to be part of a big celebration that happens once a year.
Yeah, do you have any kind of like special memories of this celebration or things that you look back on?
Growing up, it was all about the firecrackers and red envelopes. Nothing else matters. You watch the Lions parade in the street. Hopefully you find somebody in the crowd that you knew and possibly not know, okay? Because you're looking for the red envelope filled with little money, or maybe a big money, and shooting off fireworks.
Awesome. Yeah, sure. Yeah, can you kind of talk about like the significance of DC's Chinatown to you and what that's meant to you over the years?
DC's Chinatown, I give Chinatown tours for the Canadian Foundation. All right? All Chinatowns are similar, yet so different. And DC, I could say, is the most unique in the sense of the demographics, okay, and the commerce. Right? There's no other Chinatown that looks, smells, and behaves like DC's Chinatown. Good and bad.
Yeah, could you like expand on that a little bit more? Like, what are some of the good parts? What are some of the bad parts, you think?
If you walk around Chinatown now, you will witness many empty storefronts. Nowhere in any Chinatown worldwide will you see as many empty storefronts. For an example, the demand for retail space in Chinatowns in general is high. The cost of a square foot of retail space in Manhattan's Chinatown exceeds the square foot on Wall Street. So imagine that. You have the investment bankers on New York's Wall Street, offices on Wall Street that has retail space less than those in New York's Chinatown. And whereas in DC's Chinatown, you can't give them away. It's a big difference, good and bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why do you think there are so many empty storefronts in Chinatown and DC?
There's many reasons for it. Okay, a lot of people says gentrification. I sort of disagree, although there is a factor, an element to that. But more so, I think it's local politics that governs the way retail space, commercial space in general, is utilized in DC.
Yeah, makes sense. Can you talk a little bit more about like what brought you out to the parade and what you're kind of doing here today?
Back in the 70s, early 80s, I used to parade in the parade, you know, do line dancing in the parade. And now I have a line dance team, so I teach it versus do it.
Oh, wow.
And so I come out and I, you know, shake hands with friends that I haven't seen literally for years and have time, decades. I celebrate with me.
That's awesome. Could you talk about some of your other like traditions about the ways you celebrate Lunar New Year, maybe how you did it growing up and now?
Growing up in a traditional Asian family, you know, immigrant family, we have traditions about how to celebrate New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, okay, during the few weeks after New Year's, and I feel a little, I guess, regret that some of those traditions don't carry forward, right, with the second or third generation.
Yeah, like what are some of those traditions that you wish kind of carried on?
How about not having meat or beef for New Year's? Okay, so vegetarian. Okay? But then when you go to a restaurant, what are you going to have? You know, beef and broccoli, right? 100% vegetarian. Right? It's supposed to be like the Buddha meal, right? Which is vegetarian.
Okay. Yeah, can you talk more about some of the foods you ate growing up at New Year and like how that's maybe different?
I'll tell you one that I made this year that I haven't made literally in decades. Fried dumplings filled with coconut sugar and nuts. I have some upstairs. I made some for the foundation. All right, so you can try it, but I have not made that decades, and I have not seen it made like forever. So that's one of the things that we make, dumplings for New Year's. Different various dumplings, soup dumplings, fried dumplings, different types of fillings.
Was there a specific like reason that you kind of decided to make those again, or you just kind of on a whim?
No, it's just like, let me see if I can remember how to make them. That was my challenge. I had free time and decided. I have a friend that came from Utah to visit, and I said, I'll do something special.
Nice. Yeah, I know you talked a lot about the food, but are there other ways you see Lunar New Year celebrations have kind of changed over time?
One thing that I miss is the firecrackers. Okay, we used to parade in the streets with people and organizations just throwing firecrackers at you, right? To ward off evil spirits, get loud. I miss that. Some cities are bringing it back. Okay, in DC, we do have a fireworks display at the end of the parade, where everybody, or the line sort of parade around this controlled release of fireworks. Okay, so we still have it, the tradition in DC. But it's not with every store, not with every enterprise. It's just, middle of the street, as a finale to the parade.
Yeah, got it. And then I know this year is the year of the fire horse. Does that hold any special significance for you, or are there any things you kind of like hope for with this year?
There's a number of things that is very significant about the fire horse. What I like about the fire horse is that not only does it bring good fortune, it brings it fast. The fire horse brings things fast, stable, stability in life. Right? In martial arts, stability comes from the horse stance. Right? What better than a fire horse? Okay? It signifies stability, speed, okay, and the coming of prosperity around.
Awesome. And then a couple of other people we were interviewing, we were talking a little bit about their Chinese zodiac sign. Is that something that kind of holds special meaning for you, or not really?
I'm laughing because I'm a monkey. All right, and people would say the monkey is the most intelligent of the zodiac signs. And you guys can Google it, but I'm a monkey. I'm a free-floor monkey.
Nice. And can you talk about like some of the hopes that you have for this year? I know like for the horse, yeah, there's some stability that comes with it. Is that something you're hoping for, or other?
I'm hoping for more community, all right, collaboration, and integration of dissimilar cultures. Okay, and I think it's time for us to acknowledge not just one another, okay, but to acknowledge the culture and traditions of the people. Right? So to come together and just have a larger community, a sense of community.
Yeah, for sure. And then another question we've been kind of asking people is that, it's like the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States this year. And do you think kind of like coinciding with the year of the horse, are there things that you kind of want other Americans, the rest of the country to kind of know about Chinatown and DC and Lunar New Year? Or
I think the 250-year anniversary of the United States is monumental, but doesn't compare to centuries in China, right? Or other places overseas in Europe, which has a longer lifespan to date in the United States. But what I planned this year is the 100th anniversary of DC's Chinatown for 2031. Right? The Chinatown that became Chinatown on 8th Street, not the original Chinatown in DC, which was on Pennsylvania Avenue on 3rd Street. But we were asked to vacate that area, the development of the Triangle, we came to 8th Street DC, northwest between 7th and 6th Street. So I want to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the creation of the second Chinatown in DC in year 2031.
That's awesome.
That would be my goal.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of like wrapping up, was there anything you kind of wanted to talk about or that I didn't ask you that you wanted to kind of bring to light?
Be yourself. Be true to yourself. Right? Enjoy the festivities of any celebration. Right? Happiness, joy, together in community. And the Lunar New Year is just one activity to celebrate in DC. Right? There's many others. And with 1882 Foundation, we celebrate everything Asian plus more. So you can Google us, research 1882 Foundation.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today. I really appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome.